All right, hi algebra students. Sorry that I am gone 2 days in a row. I know that's super inconvenient. Yesterday I had a Model Tech meeting at Washington Township all afternoon, and I got a call that my daughter was sick yesterday afternoon, and so I am staying home with her today on Tuesday, but I'm hoping to be back tomorrow, Wednesday, so hopefully we'll see you soon. Yesterday you covered stuff with 2-1 with Mr. Barrick, solving one-step equations. He didn't leave any notes, so I'm hoping no news was good news. I know that worksheet was due today, and so you have turned that into the basket. If not, you will do so soon, and I'll be able to look at your work and see how things went. Also, you took the 2-1 homework quiz through Pearson, and so now we're ready to go on our 2-2 notes. So if you have not already, get paper out to take notes or pull them into Notability so we can get going. Our goal here is to solve two-step equations with one variable. When we're solving equations, it's going to feel like we're doing things a little bit backwards because we do need to do our order of operations backwards in most cases. So when you're trying to move things away from the variable to solve it, to get it by itself, we call that to isolate the variable, you need to do opposite order of operations. So first you're going to get rid of any addition or subtraction, then you're going to get rid of any multiplication or division. Let me show you what I mean. On this problem right here, we first want to get rid of the plus 3. And that seems backwards because order of operations says you would multiply before you add. But when you're removing things, you're doing the opposite. So to get rid of a plus 3, we would subtract 3. And I'm subtracting 3 from both sides of the equal sign. If you like to put your line down the middle, that's fine. I don't do that often, but I understand those of you who like to do that, that's fine. What's left is a 2x plus 0, so that's just 2x. And 15 minus 3 is 12. Now I'm ready to get rid of the multiplication, so the opposite operation of multiplication is division. So I divide both sides by 2, and I'm left with x equals 6, and that's your answer. Solving this one with me also, it says 5 equals t divided by 2 minus 3. Again, getting rid of addition and subtraction first, then multiplication division. So I need to get rid of this minus 3 first by adding 3. So I add 3 to both sides of the equal sign. That leaves me with t over 2 on the right side and 5 plus 3, which is 8, on the left side. Now I need to get rid of this division problem, t divided by 2. So to get rid of divide, I multiply. So I multiply both sides by 2, and I get my answer of 16 equals t. I know yesterday you talked about you should never get one of these wrong because you can always check your answer and make sure that it's right. So if I would take 16 and put it back up into this original problem, in my head I'm thinking 16 divided by 2, that's 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. Yep, this is the right answer. So don't forget to check your answers, make sure that they are correct. Since I'm doing this over video, I'm going to skip the word problems, and you can skip them as well for now. There's something a little bit different about this problem. It says x minus 7 all divided by 3 equals negative 2. And so since this one, the whole problem is divided by 3, this is a case when we're going to get rid of that division first. So I said usually you get rid of addition, subtraction first, then multiplication, division. This is a time when you wouldn't do that. It says when one side of an equation is a fraction with more than one term in the numerator, you can undo division first. So we undo that divide by 3 by multiplying by 3. That multiply by 3 and that divide by 3 cancel out. So it does not become 3x minus 21. You don't distribute. The times 3 divided by 3 cancel out, and you're left with x minus 7 equals negative 36. Now we can get rid of this problem just like we would have solved it yesterday. It's a one-step equation. So I add 7 to both sides. And I get, well, let's see, what is that? That's a negative 36 plus 7, so that's negative 29. I'll give you a second to try this one on your own. Think about what operation you're going to get rid of first. If you need more time, push pause. Otherwise, we're thinking, I need to get rid of this divide by 4 first because the whole problem's divided by 4. So I'm going to multiply by 4. That divide by 4, multiply by 4, cancel each other out. So we're left with 6 times 4, which is 24, equals x minus 2. Now it's a one-step equation. To get rid of a minus 2, we add 2 to both sides of the equation, and I'm left with x equals 26. I hope that's what you got as well. One thing that you will not be asked to do on an assessment, but I want you to be thinking about, is every time we use algebra, we have to be doing something that makes it true. And so one reason that we would put down our justification is just to think about, oh yeah, I can actually do that. And so I'm just going to do this one, since I'm not there with you today, where I show you the justifications, and then we're going to skip through this part. So if I'm solving negative t plus 8 equals 3, the first thing that we would do would be subtract 8 from both sides. And the reason I can subtract 8 from both sides is because we have a subtraction property of equality, which says that you can subtract a number from both sides and it stays equal. So I subtract that from both sides and I get negative t equals negative 5. So this is really close to being done, but I don't want my answer to be a negative t. I want my answer to be a t. So I have to figure out how to get rid of the negative. Well, that negative just means negative 1 times t. So I could get rid of it by dividing by negative 1. And my justification for doing that is I have a division property of equality, which says I can divide a number or both sides of an equation by a number and it stays equal. And then I can simplify that and get my answer of t equals 5. Go ahead and solve this problem right here. You don't need to worry about the justifications, but solve it. You have a chance to get it solved. I'm going to start solving it, so if you want to push pause, you can. I'm going to add 5 first. That's x over 3 equals 9, and then multiply by 3. The 3's cancel out, and we get x equals 27. Here's a quick lesson check. See if you can do these. Particularly number 1 and number 3, I need you to be able to solve those equations, to know what to do first, what operation to do first to solve and get your answer. Solve those 2 right now, number 1 and number 3, and share your answer with someone next to you. Go ahead and push pause. And your homework tonight is another worksheet, similar to what you did last night, but it's the 2-2 worksheet. Pretty tricky, huh? Last night you did 2-1. Tonight you do 2-2. You can work on that now, and you can talk to your sub and decide how that's going to work best, whether you work on it individually or you work with partners. Either way you do it, you are all doing your individual work. Good luck, work hard, and be good. We'll see you guys tomorrow.